Real Madrid 2, Atletico Madrid 1. A good game in my opinion, a very competitive, highly competitive derby, and they managed to win it. So, before the game began, the lineup was announced, and honestly with all of the injuries that occurred, I was not too confident with the lineup they would use, but then they turned out to use a very good lineup. So Raul Asensio starts, Tchouameni starts at CDM, Camavinga starts at CDM, and then Brahim Diaz starts in midfield. And Valverde even started even though he has an injury and is forcing himself to play with his injury. That just shows you this guy is willing to make his injury even worse just to play for Real Madrid. And let me tell you something, this game started off with a bang because Rodrigo, he gets the ball from Valverde, who put in a beautiful pass towards him. He controls the ball, cuts inside, scores the goal on his left foot. This is a right-footed player, caught the Atletico players by a huge surprise, caught me by surprise, caught everybody out by surprise. A left foot strike into the top left corner. Insane goal from Rodrigo, and this was supposed to set the tone for the rest of the game, which if you've watched Real Madrid for this entire season, you would know that never happens. Because what did Real Madrid do once they got into the lead? They stopped playing. And that allowed Atletico to score their goal. And this was kind of disappointing. Everybody could see that Real Madrid were gonna concede. Everybody could see it. And then Julian Alvarez gets the ball, scores an even better goal than Rodrigo's. So now it's 1-1. And Atletico, to me, a good goal. I can't complain. Can't even blame any defenders. That was just a world-class goal. And it's 1-1. But the funny thing is, when Atletico scored this goal, they then went on to continue the game and continue to dominate the game until the first half ended. Real Madrid started off so good, but ended the first half off so bad. But then the second half begins, and then we start to see Real Madrid start to pick up their form, start to play better, start to connect again. However, we did not see any good connections from Kylian Mbappe, nor Vinny Jr. The two of them were so bad in this game in my opinion, and these are two of my favorite players in Real Madrid, but they were very disappointing. And the man that stepped up was the man who played in midfield, Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz in midfield, in my opinion, very good. Now he isn't a midfielder, he doesn't play like a midfielder, but I really enjoyed his movements in the attack. Because while Vinny was moving to the middle of the pitch, Brahim would take on that left side of the pitch, and he was cooking when he took on that side. Because a nice 1-2 between him and Mendy, who has become a playmaker all of a sudden, he links up with Brahim. Brahim gets the ball, still a lot of work left to do, but do you know what Brahim does? He skills past the defenders, and then takes it on his right foot, a tight angle. A seriously tight angle. Brahim scores, and it's 2-1. And from here I'm thinking, we can run away. And as the game continued, Real Madrid seriously should have went on to score some more goals. They then went on to go waste a few more chances, and we could have ended up with a 3-1 win. I would have been happy with that. Because we know when you go to the Metropolitano, it's a different story. The atmosphere is different. Atletico play different. They suddenly start to cook Real Madrid more when they're at their home ground. But I will say at the Bernabeu, the atmosphere was good. Usually Real Madrid's atmosphere, in my opinion, is quite boring compared to a Liverpool, even a Manchester City. To me, those Premier League or even Wanda Metropolitano, that atmospheres are very good. And it sets the tone for the match. But the Real Madrid fans at the Bernabeu truly showed out. But now we know, when we go to the Metropolitano, it's gonna be the complete opposite and even worse. So therefore, leaving this game with a 3-1 victory would have done us so much good. But we can still be happy with this result. If you complain about this, then I don't know. And I saw some people, even on Twitter, I saw on Twitter, why do Real Madrid fans fear Atletico so much? And let me tell you something. Real Madrid have always shown to have the best team in the world, best players, and then still lose to Atletico, especially in the big games, especially in the big La Liga matches, big Copa del Rey matches, not in the big Champions League matches. We are still yet to see that. But Atletico is a side that you can't underestimate. And our possible opponents, which it's practically confirmed, they won 7-1 or 6-1 against PSV. Arsenal destroyed PSV away from home. That is an embarrassment for PSV. A 7-1 or 6-1 defeat. Arsenal currently dangerous, and if Real Madrid go through, they will face Arsenal. It's practically guaranteed at this point. That will be a blockbuster match in my opinion. A match that we didn't see in decades. Well, I can say I didn't watch the previous match because that was like 2 decades ago. But this current Arsenal team is a very strong team. But obviously Real Madrid should be able to beat them. And currently, in my opinion, I'm enjoying the Champions League. We're seeing matches that we should not be seeing. Like Bayern versus Bayer Leverkusen is a Bundesliga match that is happening in the Champions League. So even though these are matches we always see in the league, it's fun to see it on a bigger stage. But with that all being said, let's give ratings and a rundown on how each player played against Atletico. Thibaut Courtois was very good in the game. He made some good saves. Of course, that Julian Alvarez goal, he couldn't save that. But Thibaut Courtois, I thought he was solid. I will give him a 7 out of 10. Ferland Mendy, a player that I'm not a huge fan of. I think there's a lot of times he plays poorly. But as you saw, playmaker. And I'm not gonna even give him a good rating for his playmaking alone. I thought his defending and link-up plays were very good. And I will give Mendy a 8 out of 10. Federico Valverde at right back. This might be his best position. I might agree with what some people have been saying. They've been saying Valverde is better at right back than at central midfield. I don't fully agree with it, but I can see where people are coming from. Valverde was insane in this game. I'm gonna give him a 10 out of 10 playing with an injury. Insane stuff. Raul Asensio, I also enjoyed his performance. He made some good clearances, good tackles. And I'm gonna keep it simple, 8 out of 10. Antonio Rudiger, same situation, solid performance, good tackles, good headers, 8 out of 10. Eduardo Camavinga, I didn't really enjoy his performance, to be honest. He hasn't been in such great form recently, so I'm gonna give Eduardo Camavinga a 6 out of 10. Aurelian Tchouameni, I enjoyed his performance. He was very important, especially in the later stages of the game. Tchouameni, 8 out of 10. Brahim, he scored the winning goal for Real Madrid. Overall, just a fantastic performance. Link-up plays were excellent. The goal he scored was excellent. Passes, everything was on top of his game today. Top-notch performance. 9 out of 10. Rodrigo, I also enjoyed his performance. I can honestly say 10 out of 10 for this game. He was so good. The goal he scored was very good. He did slow down a bit in the middle of the game, but overall, good display, 9 out of 10. We then go on to Vinny Jr., who I didn't really enjoy his performance. I thought he was quite mid. Couldn't really beat the defenders at all. Didn't really contribute that much to the game. I will give Vinny Jr. a 6 out of 10. Kylian Mbappe, I'm just gonna be honest. He was like a non-factor in this game. And it's not to say he's in bad form. It's just to say how good Atletico were defensively. They blocked this guy completely from doing anything in attack. So with Mbappe, quiet display, poor display, 4 out of 10. And that's my thoughts on the game. Please tell me there in the comment sections what you guys think. But if you enjoyed, smash like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Peace.